Hey guys, just wanted to do this little video because I've got some that I need explaining to me, or someone's point of view on this subject, and that is digital downloads, like full game digital downloads. The reason I bring this up is because I recently bought a game. So you can get that, yeah. XCOM Enemy Unknown for the PlayStation 3. Now, this is not a debate whether PC is better than console, because to me, that is all personal preference. That is what you want to spend. That is just down to the person, what they want. This is purely on digital downloads, so if someone's going to comment, please keep it within that peripheral. The reason I bring this up is because the other day, I had a digital download on PlayStation 3 of XCOM Enemy Unknown. Love the game. Think it's a great game. One of my favourites. But I'm a big fan of physical discs. I like to keep my games physical right here so I know I have them. But I want to get into PC gaming, and a lot of PC gaming to me seems to be digital downloads. There's not a lot of places where I live where I can buy hard discs for PC, because the week before I had bought Dragon Age Origins and the complete Battlefield 2 collection. But they're the odd chance that I can find a place that sells PC games. Now, besides the point, I bought it. I saw XCOM for £5 in our local CEX, which is Cash Exchange. It's a pre-owned, it's a second-hand place. But I thought to myself, no, I'm better with these turn-based strategy games on PC, like Command and Conquer's, love them. So I thought, you know what, I'll go on Steam. I'll get on my phone, go on Steam, see how much it is. Here's the problem. XCOM on PC would cost me £20 for a digital download off Steam. Okay, I went and bought the PS3 version, because to me, I see it like this. I would rather buy a physical disc for less price than pay an exorbitant amount for a digital download. People bring up points that digital downloads are either going to be the future or is the future of gaming, PC or console. I don't like that outcome, because the reason why is I don't. I'll get this out of the way quickly so there's no hyperbole. I do not mind buying digital download games for indies, because the indies really have no other way to distribute their games. The indies, I don't mind buying digital download copies. It's only AAA titles like Call of Duty's, the XCOMs, the Dragon Ages. I prefer buying solid discs. People say that the reason why they buy digital downloads to me is because it keeps the disc safe. There's no damage to the game if the disc, like with a disc, you can scratch the disc, you can lose the disc. To me, I see that as the excuse of people who who handle the games with poor ownership. Because I have kept very good condition of all my games. There is no scratches on the games that I have put there. Secondhand games is another story, especially with older games like Xbox and PlayStation 2. And I see less and less scratches on well, not really Xbox 360, but PS3 games, PS4 games, and even Xbox One games. Because just from experience, I found that Blu-ray discs are very, very temperamental and more to stuff like scratches and even thumbprints. Fingerprints can cause problems with the disc. So to me, it's just people who keep poor looks on their games that say that kind of things, because all of mine are very, very good condition. So yeah, the other thing is the pricing. Second-hand games, PC and console, go down over a certain amount of time. yeah, it's fair because that object, that disc, has lost value. PC games don't do that, even if it is a very old game, because XCOM itself has been out since 2012. So you'd imagine that on Steam it would go down in price. No, it's $20. £20, sorry. And yet, a second-hand copy, and I guarantee you as well, a second-hand copy on the PC, a PC disc of XCOM would have cost me just about the same, if not less. And people would turn around and say, well, if you get it, you don't lose it. A game, if you get it, you don't lose it. If you take if you treat it well, if you take good care of it, if you keep it like this in your peripheral vision, if you keep count, it's there. You will always have it. And one thing about physical discs that, this is just purely a preference, but it comes into fruition greatly, is another thing that I prefer physical discs over digital downloads, is for the fact that digital downloads you cannot sell. You cannot sell digital downloads. I might be wrong, someone might correct me. If they do, ignore this part. But with physical discs, if I have any of these games, or if someone has games and there's a new game coming out and they don't care for the games they have, they can sell the games. They can sell the games and go and buy a new one. If they've got all of the previous Call of Duties, like Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and another Modern Warfare, God forbid, comes out, they can sell the previous Modern Warfares they've got and buy the new one. That's one thing over digital downloads that I just don't get why people would prefer. So yeah, call me cheap, but I would rather buy a physical copy for cheaper than buy it on something like Steam for 4 times as much. In this case, at least. But then people, and this is something that generally annoys me about people who defend digital downloads, and they say, especially with Steam, and like I said, I'm not comparing consoles and PC gaming, because I love Steam. I not love it, but there's some things about it that I like. Can't go on by. And that is, oh, but there's the Steam sales. Here's the problem, and this is exemplary when it comes to Steam games. I would rather buy something that's cheap than wait a hell of a long time for a specific game if it ever does go on the Steam sale. I mean, right now, another thing as well is they turn around and say, well, you can always buy, especially when Steam sales are on, they say they just buy them all, and I see that as a kind of waste of money, because you're never going to guarantee you're going to go on that game. I mean, a friend of mine literally has over 300 games on Steam. He's not even been on at least, I'd say, more than 9/10 of them. He's been on 1/10 of the games he has. So to me, a physical disc is better because over time it devalues, and especially over time it increases like old retro games, but that's to be expected. With digital downloads, a publisher or even a developer can put the price to whatever they want, which is, to me, scary, because that... Another example is that I'd say a few months ago I saw Call of Duty on PSN, the first one, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, was on PlayStation Network, and it was still selling for £25. Why would I buy it? Why would I buy the digital download when I can go and buy it in the second-hand store for cheap, for just below half of that, I would say. To me, the benefit, and another person would bring up this is like the only thing I can understand as far as some people's arguments, but me, I'm different because I like collecting, is the space that games take up. That I understand, that's a preference, I can understand that, but as far as the value-wise, I don't get it. Why would you spend more on a game when you can get it in convenience for cheaper? Like I said, XCOM cost me £5. A PC version probably would have cost me the same, if not £1 or £2 more expensive because it's PC. I don't get it. If someone can just message me, because this is purely me asking for people to give me their thoughts and why they, if they do, choose digital downloading of the physical. If not, then please share. If you choose disc, please share why. To me, I can never see myself getting fully into digital downloading. Stuff that's free on PSN, yeah, I will download it because it's free. Maybe I'm just a cheap bastard, but it's there. I'll download it, I'll play it, but I can guarantee you I'll seek out a physical condition of it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I mean, obviously with PlayStation 4, it's going to be definitely PlayStation 4 and the new consoles. It's going to be a bit different because they're releasing titles in an exorbitant amount now. Call of Duty Ghosts on PSN now costs £50. I'll admit that, and the physical disc costs £55. I'll agree. Maybe this console generation it's different. Or maybe they're doing that just so there really is no other option. I don't know if this is... maybe I'm just being paranoid, but... It just seems like everything's being pushed to digital download when it shouldn't be. Again, this is just my thoughts. I'm just going to reiterate. I'm not talking DLC. DLC is a completely different subject itself. I'm not talking indie games because the indie scene is the only digital downloads, the only way they can get their games out, and it's really cost effective for them. I'm just talking about core AAA games like Call of Duty, XCOM, Battlefield, anything like that, even Titanfall. What do you think? Please leave your comments down below. I'm Dante Crisis, signing off.